Welcome back, folks, to the Pacific Alliance of Collegiate Gamers for Overwatch. I love being here. I love Overwatch.
Everybody loves being here, man. Overwatch is the best, honestly, my favorite game, but that's biased because that's like basically all I play besides, you know, maybe PUBG, so.
I have to say I'm a pretty big fan of Rocket League as well. That's kind of why I cast that. I would be a serious charlatan if I did not like Rocket League and still had the audacity to come out and tell people how to watch Rocket League. I couldn't live with myself if that was such a thing here. But that's a discussion for Friday. You can catch me back here on Fridays if you like what I do here. So, today, Tuesday, Overwatch Day, USC, Colorado, playing the game of Overwatch. What's it going to look like?
I think Colorado's going to do a lot better in this match. They obviously had a warm-up playing against Utah. They're going to have they're going to be on their best game now. Hopefully they don't really fall off because it is, again, a doubleheader that can be a little bit difficult. But I think Colorado really does have a good chance here. USC is another strong team. They're coming in with a 1-0 match score. So it'll be really interesting to see exactly what goes on. We're going to go ahead and check out the players on these on these teams. Obviously, we already know Colorado. But USC, you can go ahead and name them off.
Oh, I would love to. Awesome. So, in the DPS corner for USC, it's Nemesis, supported by the lovely Ding Pai and Solid Ghost. Keeping them safe is the King of Mars and Kaden. And filling in whatever they need, probably with a little bit of mixed DPS tactics, it's gonna be Immortal for USC's Flex. Substituting in for those guys, should they get a little tired there, it's going to be Kang Bang, Avatar Wan, and Ezink. Ezink.
I'm going to go with Ezink. I think that's right.
I'm going to say like Ezink because it's got like easy as part of it, so that's easier for me.
Haha.
Yeah. So, since Colorado's in a doubleheader, do you think we're going to see much of their substitute players coming in for this one? The players,
we might see substitutes. I would like to see substitutes. You know, I can't remember really if we saw any substitutes come in during that last game. But again, like you said, doubleheader, we could see some substitutes come in. I would like to give some guys a break. You know, it really can be hard unless you're some sort of dedicated, serious Overwatch player to play 8 games in a row. As far in a competitive scene as well, it can be really stressful.
It absolutely can be. Also, I just want to see Minecraft Kid play.
Yeah, you know, I love his name. Minecraft Kid, if you're out there, I love your name. I really do.
It's lovely. It's a throwback to a simpler time when we didn't have to worry about stuff like DPS and flicks and all that good stuff. And the most popular game a person could play was placing squares on top of other squares. That was much more for my particular skill set. Required much less mechanical input. I was much better at that.
I think we all love Minecraft. But it looks like we're going to go ahead and get started here. As far as the map selection goes, it looks like we're going to start on Eichenwald for that hybrid map. Eichenwald, one of the newer maps, not originally released with Overwatch. I love Eichenwald mainly because Reinhardt is one of the coolest. As far as character stories go, I think Reinhardt has one of the better character stories. And obviously, reigning from Eichenwald in that cinematic, I think it's a very beautiful map, the castle and everything.
Yeah, that was honestly one of the best cinematics in my opinion, set in a scenic Eichenwald, which means like oak forest, I think, but it's surrounded by like pine trees, and I thought that was really weird. That's my biggest gripe with the map. A slight naming semantic is the biggest problem I have with this entire map. So, there's a pretty short list of gripes when you think about it. So, I think we're about ready to get a quick little flyover of scenic Eichenwald, see the lovely sights, see the pine trees that they have flying around here. I hope the trees don't fly. I mean, it kind of when Stanford plays here and they get like a Farah going, then the trees do fly.
Is Farah a tree?
No, Stanford, they're the trees. So when Stanford players play Farah, the trees are flying.
Yeah, you're right.
I wasn't right, I said it. I've never said anything wrong on an Overwatch asset ever.
Neither have I.
Never.
Kappa. Kappa in the chat.
Alright, so here's our teams. They're in front of us. What have they got? Immortal, he's highlighting this Doomfist, is that troll or legit? We saw a lot of troll kind of Doomfist hovers in the past.
I don't know, viable character now.
Slight reload speed increase goes from troll pick to mainstay meta. We'll see what he does as soon as the camera lets me see. Please, I get nauseous easy.
Yeah, these are some circles. That's great. Okay, back to steady camera. Here we go. 5 seconds. Colorado here on the attack. And USC coming in with the defense. Solid Ghost on the Mercy. And Immortal looks like he is picking that Doomfist. He's going to stick with it. It'll be really interesting. We see the Symmetra and the Sombra as well.
I'm a little concerned about the Doomfist pick into the Pharah, though. Like, they had to predict Q-Smith is going for this Pharah. It's Icon Ball if you play Pharah. What is Immortal going to do to this target? I mean, it'd be really cool if you went full Chip Saw on this dude, rocket punch him out of the air. What you do? That's a hard target for him to kill. Not a hard target for Nemesis, though.
Nemesis coming in with a sick hook. Good hooks. Good accuracy, man. Nemesis, very good Roadhog there. Q-Smith, unfortunately, going to be taken down. Comic Spoon is in the back line really low, and Immortal's going to come say, you know.
That famous, hyper-deadly Doomfist left click finishes off Atomic Spoon. Rest of the team couldn't quite do it. Colorado forced back very early on. Ultimate advantage starting to go the way of USC. They have that Valkyrie ready. They've got the EMP. They'll have the whole hog soon. But there are some answers back for Colorado. Coalescence soon to be available. But that's everything immediately available.
Yeah, and you know, if Fair is able to get these direct hits in, hopefully she will have her ultimate ready as well. Immortal coming in from the high ground, getting a good punch there. Not able to really take out anybody, but Immortal taking out 2. Actually, you know, he tried, he took me for my words there, put that back in my mouth.
What Doomfist does sometimes. You see the slight delay on the kill. It was a Diva D-Max who didn't show up in the kill field immediately. Well, we didn't quite recognize what was going on. But Colorado can't quite recognize that Immortal is wrecking havoc on them. Very strong Doomfist play. I love this. I love this character. I'm happy he's seeing good play.
He is punching everybody as hard as he can, and you know that you know, when you have a big metal fist, it really can't hurt.
He is as hard as he can. He's very hard. But now Diva Bomb looking to hit hard. Doesn't quite connect. But Colorado pushing forward. Q-Smith getting some good ground. Disarm some of those Symmetra turrets. Struggling to find the direct rockets. Hook does not hit. He's got 3 skies to rain down. Wants to destroy the Bongo as quick as possible. Quick and easy. But now System and goes down.
Immortal, please.
These people have families. You can't just meteor strike on top of them like that.
I don't think we saw him in that fight at all. And then he just came in with the ultimate and said, hey, I'm here. You thought I was gone, but I'm still here. Dry Grasses looks like she's just going to let herself die there. Immortal going back, maybe to spawn. Maybe he's going to switch. I don't know. He's been doing really good on that Doomfist. I'd like to see him stay on it. But also, you know, variety in characters. He might want to be taking care of that Pharah, so it looks like he might be going back to switch. Possibly to Soldier. But you know, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what his plan is. He's been a very key character though, so we'll see what he does. What happens?
Yeah, I've been very happy with his performance. I hope he stays on it. Anytime Colorado pushes forward, he shows up. It's like, oh, you thought this was your victory? No, it was me, Doomfist. Oh wait, he's dead now.
Hey, Dry Grasses, good job.
Nice little battle. Mercy gives Colorado a quick chance here. Emma says not so much. Rez gives them a second win. Carl could push forward. They have the Rocket Barrage. Q-Smith brings it out, takes out the, but it's denied by the hook. Interrupts it. But Colorado, they've got fair position on the point, even as respawns come in for USC.
Looks like Deanpie, as that Sombra, able to finish off Q-Smith there as Pharah. Colorado really did have a strong chance to push there. They still do have a chance to push here. Looks like they're kind of trickling in here. They're making USC trickle as well. Looks like System, unfortunately, is the only person on point getting hooked, and Nemesis is going to take him out. Immortal coming back in with the ultimate again. Probably going to find a really strong ultimate, pushing forward into the base as Doomfist is known for, and he's going to get a pick on Czarfish as well. Punch him into the wall. Drygrass is looking for a really strong res, but
not gonna happen.
Immortal's going to cancel that one out. Actually, not looking for the res, wanting to get to her.
Yeah. Q-Smith was trying to make it happen on the back of Cat Pharah, but he's got a meteor strike to fight through here. His team has been forced back. They will stall, try and get on this point. They have. No, that is not their Winston. That's. Wait, yes, that was their Winston. I'm looking at the red team roster.
That was their Winston. A lot of monkeys You know, it can be confusing. I'm not sure if USC ran a monkey, but you know, it can be kind of confusing at times, and I don't blame him.
No, let's blame that. That was a pretty easy call to make. But let's be real here. But now, Dingpai not making any mistakes. That's probably how you say that, right? Dingpai?
Dingpai.
Yeah.
All right. What? Is this play the game?
Did this happen? It apparently happened, and Dingpai did a great job of it. 3 kills with the Dragon Blade. Apparently secured a very strong offense for his team. So fast, we couldn't see it. If I am another PACG team coming in and I see USC take Eichenwald so fast that it's not even perceivable on camera, I'm scared. I'm terrified. I don't know what combination of old nano boost and Lucio speed boost you need to use to make that happen, but they did, and that's impressive.
That was very impressive to see Dingpai pulling out the end game play of the game with that Genji. You know, I'm blown away.
But you know who else was blown away? Everyone else who had to deal with Immortal's Doomfist.
Yeah, Immortal's Doomfist.
Awesome.
Absolutely insane play on that Doomfist. Honestly, he did very good. He had a very key meteor strike there earlier in the game. He also was able to get in on that backline and kind of sit in the spawn and pick off very key characters. He was able to get that rocket punch and pick off key characters. He aimed it very well, and you know, and as you know, if you get hit by a rocket punch and into a wall, you're most likely going to die if you're a Mercy or any other, you know, slightly squishy character there, you know, and so really nice to see Immortal pulling out that Doomfist and doing a very good job with it. Colorado not really seeing an answer to that, as Doomfist kind of an unconventional character, kind of most likely getting a little bit thrown off there from that Doomfist pick, and I really appreciate Immortal being able to pull it out.
I hope this is a new standard. I'd love to see some more Doomfist play going on. I love this character. I'd love to see him played well. I think he's really hype, and Immortal doing a really good debut for this character for us for the PACG. So I'm thrilled. This is the first time we see some real Doomfist play. So I am struggling to contain my excitement here. Like, I am the ultimate Doomfist fanboy. When I'm out there feeding in your ranked games, it's on Doomfist all the time, regardless of how applicable. Doomfist as like a main healer is what I really like to do there, and so it's this is a very emotional experience for me.
I love Doomfist. However, I can't play him for the life of me. I don't know how to aim his fist. I don't know how to do any. I mean, I can aim, but I can't aim a rocket punch.
You just
for the life of me.
Point it at the enemy and hope that there's a wall behind.
But I miss every time.
Well, then adjust your aim.
Tell me how that works, man. How do I
have
miss
to
every
put
time?
the cursor, the thing that says where you're going to go, on top of the people you want to hit. Sometimes if they're moving, you put it like a little bit ahead of them, so you hit where you aim where they're going to be instead of where they are. You know, that sort of thing.
See projectile? See this thing called movement.
Yes.
You know, I'm not used to it. I play hit scan. I like immediate reaction with my clicks. You know, I don't want this very long punch to come out. I can't judge that distance. You know. If I'm aiming at somebody and I click on their body or on their head, you know, I want that to be registered, and that's why I play Widowmaker and Soldier and McCree.
You think we'll see a Doomfist bust into a hit scan character, so the rocket punch is hit scan? How fun would that be? Then you could really rocket punch Faraz.
I would also delete him from my game files and make sure I just never see him ever again.
Yeah, Colorado probably also wishing a little bit that they could delete Doomfist from their game files. They put up some strong fights. They grouped up well. But they could not execute. The Doomfist, we bring this up so much because it kind of punished the weakness we saw in them the last game. Too many people, not properly protected. They're kind of with their team, but still I see a lot of times, Colorado, they'll try and group up, right? They'll have 6 players there, but like the last person to die in the last fight is always a little bit behind them. They get a little too eager. They're like, oh, our 6th person has respawned. All right, we have waited long enough. Let's go. We see a little bit long wait, let them properly group. We won't see as many people caught out by that Doomfist punch. Like, is everything I can do to not do the full like punch animation every time I say that, because I want to.
You can just punch forward and hit all of the expensive equipment in front of us.
I do not think they would let me come back to the cast if I did that, and that is that's too much of a loss for the esports
world. At least an arm's length. At least. I mean, I've got one.
With My luck. That is when I would learn that I have the power to stretch my arms like magically or something, like a what's that key for Bridget's one ability where she launches the flail out forward?
Oh,
That would
no,
happen
I
to
haven't
my
studied her
arm.
enough. I think it's called rocket flail. Honestly, I think it's called rocket flail. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, so that would happen to my hand. My hand would become a rocket flail. The second I did that, I'd be fired forever. The stream would be in a total mess because the monitor in front of us that lets us see everything we're supposed to see be destroyed. The camera would be terribly damaged. It'd be an entire mess. Not doing it. I'm not taking that chance. I'm that unlucky.
This just in, Archie does not want to be Doomfist in his life. However, I would love to have a big mechanical fist so I could punch people. I'd love to. I could punch some walls. I wouldn't punch people, honestly. Probably wouldn't punch people, but yeah, you know, it's gonna be really interesting. We're gonna go ahead and move on. It looks like actually to this next map. It looks like we are. It looks like it was a conclusive win there for USC on Eichenwald.
But now, Colorado, they've got another chance on Hanamura. This is the second time they've taken it to this map. They must be very comfortable here, and I like that. You're in a little bit of a tight spot. You've lost a bit in a row now. Always play to comfort. Do what you're good at. That's just kind of sport ball 101. Things are going rough. Find ways to make it easier for yourself. Find ways to reduce the number of mistakes you can make, and that's how you win the game. You mess up less than the other guys.
That's right. And you
Someone
you
famous said
always learn from your mistakes as well. So then you'll start.
Should you be trying to make mistakes more so that you can learn more and advance the team faster in that regard?
I mean, I don't know about purposeful mistakes, but I mean, as you make your most common mistakes, you'll learn from them. So, map flyover. This just in. Hanamura. USC taking Eichenwald.
Map flyovers don't make mistakes, so not much learning for them there.
You're right. Hanamura, we saw this map before. Again, big chokehold. Most likely going to see we got dive composition. We didn't see it last time, so they proved me wrong, but could see it this time. I like dive compositions, if you can't tell.
And here we see Q Smith back on that Widowmaker. And now, Dingpai says, hey, I see you like Widowmaker. And, well, he's dead. He's back. Maybe he's a savior. Now, it is on Colorado here to push forward. They've got the Orisa tank combination. Q Smith again on the losing end of that Widowmaker duel. I'm not feeling this pick right now.
I'm not feeling the Widowmaker there on Q Smith either. But, you know, he could be having just like kind of a little bit of an off time. He could pull back through, you know, maybe just a little bit of an unlucky timing on his shots. He could have had him lined up. Just, you know, it looks like Dingpai getting a little bit faster. Q Smith most likely going to be able to pull out here, you know, with these shots. But it looks like Dingpai getting really good positioning, getting Q Smith again, unfortunately.
I don't think luck has much to do with it. 3 in a row, that seems pretty convincing that the USC sniper is just that good. Colorado could invest in some alternative win conditions. System now wins the sniper duel. Orisa is a better sniper than Widowmaker. Confirmed.
Confirmed. Orisa, new sniper meta. And here we see Solid Ghost picking up Dingpai as he had gotten taken out there a little bit earlier. Definitely someone that you want back up on the team. Very good DPS player. Looking for Dry Grasses. Looking for him. Still able to get him before Dry Grasses can get that res. Dingpai coming in with both kills on the healers. Great job.
So the fight goes convincingly in the way of, well, USC in the end. But Colorado got a good enough start to get some progress on that point. Takes out the first third. So now they just do that a couple more times, and well, simple math says they'll take it.
And here we see Q Smith switching off that Widowmaker onto the Genji. He's able to get better headshots as Genji. If you know, as we've seen, he's able to plan that reflect very well. Honestly, you know, it's really fun to get those reflects. And I hate it personally as a Widowmaker myself. I hate it when a Genji reflects a headshot on me. I feel very discouraged.
Heaven forbid a hero have counterplay opportunities, but Dingpai giving no counterplay options to Colorado, to US. I guess Colorado. He's shooting at Colorado. That is the team. He's giving no counterplay opportunities. See, Comic Spoon tries to make a play. Dingpai says no. No fun for you. No playing the game. I'm just gonna kill your tire.
Yeah, you know, no tire for you. USC did have a teleporter up. King of Mars did get that teleporter. Unfortunately, was taken out. Q Smith looking in on this backline. You know, not really focusing the right targets, hitting those tanks, getting an ult charge, but he wants to be diving there on those healers. He wants to provide a little bit more pressure. He's going to be pushed up on now. Hopefully, not taken out. Able to get back to base and to regroup. Oh, with 20 health, very close.
His teammates couldn't quite say the same. Did not get out of there as quickly as they wanted. That's going to stagger their respawns that much more. Going to burn their preciously limited time. Now Q Smith doing his best flame turtle impression, hiding in the bushes. Does have his Dragon Blade ready. Just needs a good opportunity to use it. But Immortal on the prow. Knows the Genji's about. Doesn't want to let him have anything for free. Chasing after this guy. Can't see him still. Maybe doubting his eyes, but there's the Dragon Blade. It's coming out, but Colorado has to fight through the car wash and not having much success. Q Smith takes out King of Mars with his Dragon Blade. Just the one kill, but it's one man against the world. Ooh. Fun fact, the world has a lot of people in it, and 7 billion is greater than 1. Just in case you didn't know.
Are you sure?
Yep. And I'm sure that this extended fight really not looking good for Colorado. They try to make it happen. I would have liked to see a faster retreat out of their tanks. Well, I say that. I guess there's not really a lot of time, so I'm wrong. They're right. They need to be pushing this right now. They've got the overtime. Drygrass on the Valkyrie. Does get the res, but needs a pulse bomb to the face. Colorado has to throw all the bodies they have at this point. They're kind of running out of bodies, though. Diva Bomb has been dropped. Recall not going to be permitted. They find 2 there in the end, but only going to find the 1/3 of the progress bar on Point A Hanamura.
Point A Hanamura going there. Unfortunately, Colorado not able to push onto the point. They were able to get 1 tick, though. It is very important, as if you do get that 1 tick, you know, that one, basically 1/3 of that progress bar, the other team is obligated to push farther than that 1 tick. They got just a little bit farther. As far as the percentage goes, I can't exactly remember. But they will have to push a little bit farther than that. So that is very key. It won't end up in a tie if they aren't able to capture the point. Colorado will take the map if USC isn't able to push all the way up to where they were, where they had it. And it looks like they were just about halfway to the next point, just about 50% from what I remember.
All right, so Colorado's going to have to put forward a very airtight defense there. Going to be a little cleaner than we saw in the last match. Do you think we see Q Smith return to that Widowmaker?
We possibly could see him return to that Widowmaker. On defense, the Widowmaker has a little bit more of an advantage because you have a guaranteed high ground spot to be in. As far as when you're attacking on Widowmaker, you kind of either have to get up there on the top of that archway, or you're on top of the bridge, or in that little side window. But you have to get there, and it's really hard. But it looks like all of these teams are ready to go as we switch sides. Looks like we're going to see USC coming in with the attack and Colorado on the defense as we get rolling into this game with the 3-second countdown. 2 and 1.
All right, we're back at it, folks. USC coming forward. They've got their speed boosted 4 tanks here. The 6th player somewhere else entirely. I actually can't find them all. Wait, is that 5 tanks? This is 5 tanks, folks. Count them, because I sure struggled too. Starfish in trouble from one of the 5 tanks that USC has drafted. Solid Ghost jumps in the air, struggling to stay alive. So many low health bars. King of Mars with the lowest health bar of them all at 0. System falls down here. We're having an extended fight. It does favor the tanks, but without their healer, this is anyone's game. And it seems Colorado does get the better end of it. And a lot of that they owe to getting the early pick onto Zarfist, or King of Mars, I suppose. Zarfist, the one getting the early pickoffs.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a healer. Killing a healer, I mean, it works, right?
These things happen.
Yeah.
But this composition from USC, it's very dependent on that Lucio. Those tanks are so strong because they have all that healing available. Take it out of there, they're suddenly feeling pretty squishy, squishier than tanks should. Atomic Spoon looking to make a couple of them go squish. Takes out King of Mars again. Wonderful target prioritization from Colorado. And that's one of the weaknesses of USC's composition here. They can't kill the Riptires. Well, they can.
They can.
Are they going to allow them to do so?
You got to put out a lot of damage onto that Riptire in a very short amount of time. Fortunately, it looks like these 5 tanks have very spread out damage, so it's not very direct. So they're not able to take out that Riptire fast enough. It looks like they are going to go ahead and try to push on point. King of Mars most likely going to speed boost them in. Zarfish coming out with the Zenyatta ultimate.
But now it is USC looking for the brawl. They got the sound barrier. That's all the health they could ever need. Riptire not going to make it happen. Kaden does take it out with a fire strike, and the rest of his team takes out everything else. Blizzard is in play, stops them, but there's not enough players left alive to capitalize, and USC will take Hanamura in convincing fashion.
5 tanks.
5 tanks.
Really interesting to see.
No more.
5 tanks. No Moira. Instead the Lucio, they probably wanted the speed boost as they want to get all tanks on the point. They want to stay as a ball. They want to have that huge health pool. They want and when they all push in as that singular ball, they had that big health pool, and Colorado did not have enough damage to put out on that, and unfortunately they took the point and they were able to take that game.
Mm-hmm. But King of Mars did have enough damage in that play of the game, left-clicking his team to victory on that Symmetra. I feel that was a pretty important pick for his team when they were on that defense. The car wash was very hard for the opposing team's offense to get through, slowed them down considerably, and we saw he was no slouch at putting out that left-click damage either. So I'm not normally a huge Symmetra fan, but very good application coming out there.
Yeah, charging up Symmetra's gun is really key. There's 3 phases, I believe, 3 phases to it. The first phase a little bit less, second phase is more damage, and the third phase, obviously, the maximum amount of damage. And when you keep that at full charge, it does a significant amount as far as those tanks go, and she's able to dish out a lot of damage. Very nice to see a Symmetra play there, and like you said, with all of those turrets kind of making that car wash really hard to kind of push through when everybody's just going really slow.
And it's especially problematic. I like the combination of the Symmetra and Widowmaker together. That makes it combines close range threats and long range threats coming at you from different directions. The Widowmaker at the range, pelting you from the direction you're trying to walk to. Symmetra turrets are behind you. So if you have a diva or your tank, you can only block one at a time. The tanks need to be very, very coordinated to block all of that damage. And even if they're dividing up that work evenly, there's no guarantee there's enough tank in any given standard team to, well, stop all the threats put in front of them. So I really like that combination. I think that's a huge part of their victory there.
Yeah, that defense composition is really key, as you want to play something that can kind of counter any of the first pushes that the attacking team may have, like dive or maybe that. Like we saw the 5 tank push. You want something that can we want something that can really push through all of those compositions that you could see at first, and then make the key switches after you see exactly what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. But now again, as our King of the Hill map, it's going to be kind of backs against the wall for Colorado again, as it was in their last set. So they really need to make some quick adjustments here. They've come fairly close. They've gotten some convincing fights over USC. But as we go to Li Zhang here for our 3rd map of this matchup, something's got to change. What is your number 1 thing for Colorado this time around?
Obviously, Colorado come in with the Pharah. Hopefully, if we start on the right Li Zhang map, we want to see that Pharah come in, that Pharah Mercy. Q-Smith has a very strong Pharah. We saw that early on in the Eichenwald match as well. We saw that Pharah coming out, dealing a lot of damage, unfortunately getting countered by the Roadhog and the Sombra there, a little bit. But still a very strong pick. We want to see that a lot more as Pharah is able to deal a lot of damage. If not, we want to see a little bit more of a tank meta coming out. We've seen the tank meta coming out from both USC and from Utah there in the last match that we had as well. That tank meta is really strong. We want to see Colorado do a little bit more of that, stay grouped together, and make those team pushes.
USC making a very convincing case for the tank meta. 5 tanks and a Lucio. That's my highlight for the week. So thus far. That is how that goes. So, but as things go, I believe we're ready to show off a little our Li Zhang cinematic to show off our wonderful battlefield here. Lijiang, of course, has the 3 different maps to fight through. I believe now this one here, Control Point, those lovely spacesuits, which are surprisingly absent in Horizon Lunar Colony, but plentiful in Lijiang Tower. That seems like a bit of a lacking planning when you really think about it.
You know, I feel like they have enough oxygen up there, hopefully. And then again, it seems like there's just a bunch of animals living up there, so, you know, you never know. But
animals need oxygen too, Zader.
Yeah.
But now, the speed-boosted tank comps coming forward from both teams. Both teams kind of throwing up their Reinhardt barriers into each other's faces. Starfish doing his best to keep his team topped off. Lots of threats coming in. Immortal, the first casualty. Colorado could get an early advantage, but one of their DPS players is off getting a health pack. Atomic Spoon with good damage, but not finding any kills just yet.
Yeah, it looks like these teams need to start getting on the point, as it is active now. Colorado is going to start getting on the point. It looks like USC is going to start contesting it now. Immortal doing a really good job. He is back here on that Tracer, picking off these healers.
The fight started off very favorable for Colorado, but once they lost their tanks, as the point went live, it became increasingly easy for USC to move on forward. Immortal putting trouble in the face of the Moira, does fall down. One of the strongest looking players in this match so far is Immortal, playing a lot of characters and playing them all very well.
Yeah, Immortal very strong. Very, very, very strong player here for USC. Definitely a highlight. Playing really good Tracer, playing a really good Doomfist, and you know, and we'll see him play more characters hopefully, and do again a really good job on everything that he does. Here we see the Riptide coming out, able to take out Solid Ghost. Really good pick. One of the healers down there for USC.
Alright, spawn advantage should be in Colorado's favor. So if they're able to execute, Dingpai will go down. Not quite immortal as his teammate is, but pulse bomb into the Graviton Surge. It's a tale as old as time. And Colorado, their time gets banned.
That was very, very nice to see. That answer to Solid Ghost getting taken out and Dingpai getting taken out. Nemesis coming out with the Graviton Surge, and Immortal immediately following up with the Pulse Bomb, able to clean house on that team. Very, very good play there, especially with 2 members down.
Now System surviving with 2 out, not surviving at all, actually now. King of Mars puts him down. Kaden takes out 2, making a solid fight for his team here. Coalescence is the answer back, but not quite enough. USC will remain in control of this point, despite Colorado's best efforts. Dingpai does not find the connect into the wall. That's going to hurt his offensive potential here. Still has the Meteor Strike. Wants to probably find the Moira. Finds the Mercy instead.
Ooh, flew right in front of that Reinhardt shield. Was not able to get behind it.
That feels bad.
It feels bad, man.
It's the new random Reinhardt charge catching your Mercy out. It's the random Meteor Strike catching your Mercy out. And that was a really big death there when the Mercy goes down. Colorado can't really afford to take a fight without that essential healer on their team. And so their final fleeting seconds on Lijiang control is spent wishing Mercy could res herself.
And as we said before, that's how you fix Mercy. You just make it so she can res herself. Then she's just a healer, like everyone else. Heroes never die.
It's the fix.
Or one single hero never dies. Mercy.
Hired me, Blizzard. Hired me. But still, let's talk about that match here. We're getting a little derailed a little too easily. So, USC, they made some very strong defenses there, played the map to their favor. I think one thing they did really well was setting up in that door outside of Lijiang. So, if you're like me and you've played Quick Play, Lijiang fights happen on the point. That's where Quick Play fights on Lijiang control. You watch Overwatch League, they fight in that room. It's a much better choke point. It's much safer, much more reliable. And so when we are at kind of this lower experience level than Overwatch League, if you think you have the experience advantage over your opponent, it's really good to take that positioning there. They might not have the same level of familiarity fighting in that really narrow doorway there. So I think that's just a really good way to pick their battles. They get good positioning and puts Colorado on their back foot.
but a really good learning opportunity there for Colorado. They can realize what works and what doesn't work against these kind of pushes and against these kind of holds. So I want to see Colorado really learn from these matches. I really want to see them kind of take into account exactly what happened, and they're going to be able to pull this off. Colorado's a great team. They just need to kind of work out a little bit of bugs. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next version of this map as we have the teams ready, and we're going to go ahead and see the next version of Lijiang. And there's a little guy holding a cup. I can't remember his name.
It's a Pachimari, right?
It's a Pachimari. There you go. Yeah, it's a little Pachimari drinking his little soda or whatever kind of drink that is. So
my entire Overwatch clan, not clans, since we don't actually have clans, all use Pachimari icons. So it's very important I'm up to date on all Pachimari facts at all times.
I want the plushie.
It looks really fun. Now, System having some fun on this Winston. Throw some good damage out for his team. Ooh. But the real damage out coming in from Kaden. Sits an edgelord to the wall. Sends him back to base. Keep your brooding to yourself, friend.
Confirmed Reaper is an edgelord. Immortal blinking back onto the edge after Zarfish goes for that very key boop. But Immortal keeping those blinks in. Very nice usage from Tracer. Ability usage and conservation.
Colorado keeping alive fairly well, contesting this point. But USC, they have the favorable positioning. Hugh Smith is back, takes out the enemy healer. Kaden takes him out again. He told him where he was supposed to go, and that is base. Atomic Spoon finds Kaden. Atomic Spoon finds 2. The Atomic Riptire is good to win out the fight for Colorado. We said it. They're good. They're facing some really stiff competition today, but these guys are good. And Atomic Spoon looking really strong. Man's on fire on this Junkrat. I hope he plays it some more today.
Yeah, Atomic Spoon, very good play there with that Junkrat. Colorado doing a very good job holding this point. They're almost at 50%, showing their colors, doing a very good job. Kaden most likely going to come in with the Earth Shatter. We're going to see what he tries to do with this. Unfortunately, gets bumped off the edge there by System's Primal Rage. Very intense. Kicking that Reinhardt off, telling him, no, you will not ultimate today, and you're not allowed to charge into my team like that.
USC, they were going for the Space Jam combo. The combination of the Graviton Surge into the Meteor Strike. It looked like it might have been curtains for Colorado if they get that off, but instead, they don't get enough people in the Graviton Surge. Meteor Strike doesn't hit enough people, and they went all in, and their bet didn't really pay out. But Kaden gets an Earth Shatter and gets killed for it. Colorado's mad. They're playing angry.
Colorado bringing it forward here, letting USC know that they're not a bad team. They just made a little bit of a few mistakes there early on in that first match. They're going to hold them at this choke point now. We're seeing Colorado do exactly what had been done to them. Hugh Smith coming out with the Death Blossom.
2. Lovely stuff there. Now USC, the ones in overtime. Just a few people stalling on point. Nemesis caught. Nemesis destroyed. No justice for that revenge god. Immortal thrown back. And Colorado take Lijiang. What do we call this section of Lijiang?
I believe this is Gardens. I believe.
No, Gardens is... Isn't that an Oasis map?
No.
But this is like, I thought it was Street Market.
Game knowledge, guys.
There's hardly a...
Neither of us apparently have it.
I swear, it's Street Market. It has to be Street Market. Because like they're in a market, there's streets. It's like, that's what you call that place. It's a street market.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he's right. I'm wrong, guys. Banned. Confirmed.
Banned forever. So,
oof.
Good stuff for Colorado. Love the play. But at the same time, USC wasn't exactly the level of cleanness we're used to seeing from them there. Were you able to point out really a key issue that they had in that fight?
Reinhardt's charge every single time. Ruined him every single time. We didn't see Kaden using his charge as much as, as efficiently. He was charging in without his team. His team wasn't on the point when he got there, and he was punished for it every single time. He was either knocked off the point with no healing, or when he charged in, got the Earth Shatter, he was immediately punished for it because he didn't have a team behind him. He's not able to capitalize. Kaden needed to stay with his team. He needed to use those charges when his team was there and not get too far away. Every single time they lost a fight is because Reinhardt was too far ahead. You need to play Reinhardt very conservatively a little bit in these team matches. You have to use that charge smart. You have to be very smart with that charge. If not, don't use it at all. Unless you're guaranteed to get a pick and you're guaranteed to not really put yourself in a situation where you're most likely going to die. I really wanted to see Caden kind of learn from that mistake, but it looks like it happened more often than not. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next match.
Well, he's got until the next match starts to watch the For Honor cinematic, kind of get the moral of that video kind of into his head here. Still, as much as we wish we could be watching the For Honor cinematic, instead, we're just going to be coming into... this one's Gardens. This one is Lijiang Gardens, because, you know, there's gardens everywhere, right?
Yeah. I think I was confused, guys. I'm sorry.
So much confusion. Atomic Spoon confused as to why he's dead. Solid Ghost almost finds himself off the edge as well. Pharmacy duel in full effect. Nice little aerial view to capture all that action. USC gets the D-Mech and the Mercy and everything that comes with that, including the fight and the first capture of this control point.
Yeah, USC doing a really good job cleaning up a Colorado. They got that first pick on Atomic Spoon. Starfish we saw go down a little bit later. And then Drygrass is unfortunately dying, and Farah not having that dedicated healer, not really having that pocket, wasn't able to do as much.
Oh. So, and additionally, USC has that extra edge in this Farah duel. They have Immortal, a very skilled McCree player. Well, he's a very skilled player playing McCree. We have yet to see if he's a very skilled McCree player. Looking to prove that to us right now. So Q-Smith going to have a harder time in these Farah duels, because instead of the classic 2v2, it's really 3v2! Thank you for proving me right, Immortal. Normally players really like to prove me wrong. But today, Immortal is on my side.
Immortal is on your side today, for sure. Looking for that Mercy. Mercy being a little bit of a slippery fish. Dingpai finishing that off there with the rockets. And Monkey going down to the flashbang system, getting a little bit too blind there.
Unfortunate. Loss of sight is a very tragic condition, and if you or a loved one is struggling from decaying vision, please contact a local health for people with failing eyes. Immortal's playing well. Immortal's playing well.
Immortal is playing very well.
And he does have that Dead Eye ultimate available to him. USC has a lot of ultimates, really. It is 4, almost 5-2 across the way as Colorado pushes forward. They need to be baiting out ultimates here while conserving their own. There goes the sound barrier. Colorado, not many answers back.
Yeah, and, you know, Colorado really trying with that Diva Bomb there, not really able to find anything. It wasn't really good positioning. They were able to find a lot of walls as far as USC goes. Q-Smith taking out Solid Ghost, really good pick. System taking out Immortal. This is everything they need to be doing right now. Unfortunately, Drygas is falling.
Nemesis gets 2 with his. Diva Bomb getting some revenge. Atomic Spoon throws that Junkrat Riptire right into the Winston bubble. Kind of denies that value, but Colorado need to all in on this fight. It is overtime. Zarfish stalling like his life depends on it. And, well, it did, and now his life is over. Immortal, with the zoning High Noon, cleans up the Monkey, denies the overtime. He needs to catch Drygas here with anything. Stop him from getting on this point. Now the D-Mech of the Diva buys a little bit of time. Overtime clicking down very quickly. So fast, it's over before I finish the sentence. USC will take Lijiang.
And that is the third map USC has taken. It looks like they will take this game. But like always, we will always play a 4th game in these series. Give Colorado a chance. Get a win here. Hopefully we'll see something come out. But it just depends.
Yeah, but still, if we see more quality Junkrat play out of this from Atomic Spoon going forward, I don't see how they can't rack up more wins. Exploited some of the openings that the enemy tank created for him. Very accurate with his mind. You can save the Junkrat damage, spam as much as you want, but a good Junkrat hits more of his spam than a lesser Junkrat, and Atomic Spoon showing he is not the lesser Junkrat in this scenario.
Yeah, you know, I was honestly surprised. Atomic Spoon had been playing Junkrat, you know, a lot of these matches, not really doing as well as we'd like to see him. But when we saw that second map there in Lijiang, he did a very good job. He positioned himself correctly. He got the picks that he needed. We want to see that more from Atomic Spoon. We want to see that kind of play come more out from Colorado as well, pushing up to those spawns. You know, kind of pushing up to those chokeholds as they're in the spawns, and hopefully hopefully Colorado will be able to take a few more games here. I have high hopes here for Colorado. I'm really excited to see them play more. I just want to see a little bit better team play and you know, as far as personal skill, it improved just a little bit more.
Well, right now the team is 2-2. They have played the most games or matches, I suppose, out of anyone in the PACG so far, I believe. I hope there's not some poor, like, 0-5 team who's not on the leaderboards right now.
I don't believe so. I believe
Awesome.
the only
I'd be very
team
sad
that
if that was the
wasn't
case.
really showing there on the leaderboards, I believe was Arizona. I believe Arizona was 1-0 as well, or they haven't
wrong
played
division. The Arizonas are both in North. We're looking at South Division right now.
You're right.
Or they're
You're right.
different. I
They
might
are
have
in
North
di-
and South.
Yeah, you're right. I think then it's either, and I can't even remember divisions at this point. Guys, my brain is gone. It's gone.
It has
went
been
out
removed.
the window.
It was stolen by nefarious people with nefarious plans. I'm sorry that that happened to you, man. I'd be a bit more sympathetic about the idea of a brain being stolen if I had one to lose in the first place. But for me, it's kind of
I guess neither of us have brains confirmed.
none.
No brains.
Zip. There is no gray matter in here.
It's because you played too many video games. What your parents told you when you were younger is true. When you play too many video games, your brain turns to mush. And we now have
real brain.
mush.
Yep. Nothing but mush.
But looks like we are ready to move on to the next map. It looks like it is going to be, again, Watch Point Gibraltar.
Watch Point Gibraltar.
And I'm going to sneeze. Sorry.
Just a little bit of that brain mush kind of evacuating that cavern there. Now Gibraltar, love the little flyover. There's that neat rocket. So, if I'm wrong, is that supposed to be like the jet thing the Tracer flew that made the time thing happen, or is that a completely unrelated rocket?
I believe that's a completely unrelated rocket. I
Why do
believe
they have
I believe Tracer flew a jet
Right,
instead
but
of a rocket. But
Eh.
I think that's what, I mean, that's either their transportation or like what, I don't know, what they use to go to the moon.
but like that's what Lijiang does. Isn't that what that map's about? Going to the moon. Shouldn't there be a rocket there?
I don't know. Nemesis getting rocketed a little bit farther in the air into the staircase, able to escape there. Immortal coming back up onto the high ground.
Not quite where you think he should be, but getting results regardless. Staying alive. Goodbye, Nemesis. We knew they well. Up to Immortal to live up to his name here. Colorado on a very strong opening push. Atomic Spoon takes out his DPS counterpart and keeps his team's push rolling. Alone Manata stands in their way. Does take out Atomic Spoon. King of Mars. Comes Kings of Mars respawn timers. But his team is coming back. There will be an extended fight here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of an extended fight. Colorado look like they're going to be pushing all the way up to the point. Q Smith coming around the back.
I thought Nemesis was closer than that. I really thought he'd be able to solve that out.
He's fat. He's Roadhog. I mean, he moved as fast as he could.
You're right. I can't blame him. He is not a fast man.
He left his motorcycle in Junkyard Town.
Oh yeah, he does have that. How awesome a Roadhog buff would that be if we gave him a motorcycle?
Gets his new shift ability would be instead of a hook, it would be motorcycle.
Instead of bringing the enemy to you, you bring the Roadhog to the enemy.
Oh yeah, there you go. Instead of whole hog, you just have motorcycle. You just ride around.
Awesome. And now Starfish looking to make the awesome plays with the Coalescence. Caught in the blizzard though. Ding Pai says no more. Zones him away. Has Atomic Spoon to worry about. Heals up in that Ice Crystal as USC regain control of the point after a very extended fight. They're able to come out on top. Ults fairly evenly matched though. Slight edge to Colorado in the next fight. We'll see how they're able to execute as they regroup and get ready to roll here. Ooh, they're really kind of caught in spawn here, aren't they?
They really are caught in spawn. This is one of the worst spawns to really be caught in. That Diva Bomb getting canceled as far as you know, he tried to launch it in, but Roadhog with a very key hook there, pulling it just in front of the shield and stopping all movement as far as that rocket boost goes with the Diva Bomb, and Dingpai getting taken out by Atomic Spoon.
Yeah, that's one bomb not getting stopped here. That's going to be a good pickoff for Colorado. Drygrass has respawned here. Atomic Spoon, he's a little low, but they have the support structure to keep him alive. But they're fighting in to the Orisa Bongo, enhancing the damage. Kaden takes out 2 in that fight. Throws back the attackers. Here comes the Coalescence. Revive onto Atomic Spoon is good as well. Colorado still got some life in them yet. The team's a little spread out here. I think we see are they on like the high ground? There's a lot of bullets, but I don't see where they are.
Upper ground, all the ground. They're in the air. They're everywhere.
It is pointless to use Winston's Tesla cannon against them at this point because they are too well grounded.
Yep, Digpie taking out Atomic Spoon.
A bit of a pattern. Dingpai having a very good game on this Mei. Not a character we usually see. Dingpai has been able to execute very well. He's hitting those right clicks. The Blizzard zoning away Colorado, separating them out, if not outright killing them.
Oh,
but
no,
Nemesis has been pulled off the edge. He has to take a breather to buy him some time, but his positioning is now much less than ideal.
Take a breather.
Isn't it?
Yeah, no, he had to take a breather to give himself some time, so he had to take a breather.
We're good.
I tried on that joke, guys. Immortal. Getting the pick on Kohapu. Looks like that Mercy's trying to get a pick on Immortal. Drygrass is not able to find him though.
Ow. That feels bad.
Immortal able to find Drygrass as well.
Making Drygrass feel not particularly immortal himself there. So we saw a quick pause come out, teams. Gotta regroup, do what they need to do, and I kind of like it's gonna be a little awkward in the immediate fight. Seems the fight is more or less over here in favor of USC, but now they got a little time to make some mental adjustments, calculate what's working, what's not. If you're in USC's comms, what are you identifying as kind of the root of your success right now?
Definitely picking out those low health targets. Immortal, looking at who's low health and who needs to be damaged as well. So when you're in those comms, he's listening for those low health targets. When he sees Mercy low health, he just there before the pause, he shot the Helix rockets. He got that pick. He's looking for those low health targets, and when there isn't low health targets, he's focusing on either the large targets to either build ult charge, or he's focusing on those squishy targets to hopefully take them out and kind of zone them out of the area. Immortal doing a really good job with those comms. As far as healing goes, King of Mars with those orbs, either the oh man, I even forgot what the orbs are called.
Discord,
the
Harmony.
Discord and the Harmony orbs. See, he's gonna catch up for me on all of this knowledge. I'm not working today, guys. But with those orbs, very unique, and it looks like this pause is going to come back out, and it looks like we're going to be able to continue this game.
Something I noticed here, we see Immortal. He is on top of that aircraft in the hangar there. Is it possible for a soldier to get up there without the Mei assist?
Yes, you can Helix rocket jump up to there.
Right.
There's some crates there on, I believe, the right side of the plane if you're facing the payload as of right now, and you can kind of rocket jump up there. Immortal doing a really good job with that positioning.
Sorry, Dingpai, I wanted to give you a little more credit for creative use of the Mei pick. Now, apparently, you're not needed. You are dead. It's up to the rest of his team to keep this defense going. Very far forward was the Mei player there. I'm not entirely sure what the idea was.
Q-Smith getting a really good pick on Solid Ghost. Immortal taking him out, though. There's nobody really contesting Immortal on this high ground.
Yeah, I am not sure how I am feeling about Q-Smith's ultimate there. Like the idea, you Reaper, you kill people, sure, but where's the support structure? Not there for Atomic Spoon either. You have that Reaper. You need to protect the Reaper while he's ulting. Be it your Zarya, your Mercy, do something to keep him alive to get that massive DPS out. Just didn't show up for Q-Smith. He was all alone.
Yeah, and here we see Q-Smith switching onto the Widowmaker. Most likely going to start looking for this soldier on the high ground and get a pick on him.
I do like that idea, Immortal. Has it too good for too long. Q-Smith does fall down to Dingpai. Not a problem with the pick at all. I still think it's a very good idea. Make life a little harder for Immortal, but USC is a full team. And you can't just take out one. Now Dingpai wants to take them all out. Nano boosted in a Blizzard. This is a Mei in her ultimate form. With some assist from Nemesis. They wrap up Colorado's attack in a... Goodbye, Immortal.
Looking for this wall. Looking for the wall. He wants to wall the team off. Is he going to find it? Is he going to get it?
This is the height.
Nope, he didn't wall the Diva Bomb off.
Wow, that is reckless play there. What are you doing? You're not walling off Diva Bomb. Dingpai takes out Q-Smith. Much more favorable in those close quarters. than the Widowmaker. Sleep
nice
Dart will stop the attempt to get back on the payload. Time is running out for Colorado. They had a good push, might still have a good push. They get on the point regardless. USC invests heavily in the spawn camping. Colorado gets through anyway. Now having a fight here. King of Mars Transcendence says, "You shall not team fight successfully." Colorado stalling for time best they can, but rapidly running out of resources and bodies to throw on that point.
Oof, Q-Smith.
I believe it's Czarfish still stalling on that point. Man, that Lucio will not die. But as I say it, maybe I shouldn't have said it, he does die. That's always what happens when I say someone won't die. Now the offense is stopped from Colorado. Very good through that first point, but kind of fell apart after that. They could not get much traction past that door.
Immortal held that high ground. I'd almost say perfectly. Very uncontested. Q-Smith did switch to that Widowmaker to try to contest it. Not really able to find him.
Too little, too late.
With Immortal on high ground as that soldier, he's able to rain down so much damage, and you don't want that soldier to deal such consistent damage, because if he's not contested, I mean, he has one of the highest DPS in the game. If he's not contested like that, and Immortal, a very good player, so very solid aim as we've seen there in the past. You want to be able to contest him. You want to get him off the high ground. Maybe, I don't know if we saw a little bit, any Winston. We did see a Diva. I can't remember if there was a Winston, but we want to see those Diva and that Winston. Just, I mean, you can even leave your teams to kind of contest that soldier off the high ground, get him away, and then go back to your team. As Winston and Diva, it's very easy to do that, as your cooldowns are a little bit, they're a little bit shorter, and you do have a little bit higher of a health pool, so you have a little bit more time to get back after you push that soldier off the high ground. But I want to see that more.
But there are still a few complications that come with that. It's not that easy. When you jump on a Widowmaker or a Hanzo in that position, they don't have many tools for defending themselves at that range. When you try to dive a soldier like you dive a sniper, he's got a self-heal, he's got burst tools, he can more consistently hit you in the air than a sniper can, and if worse comes worst, he can run away. You have used your mobility to get to where he is, and he still has his, so it's very hard to lock down the target. Very slippery on that ground. So a very high skill check for the opposing team to try and force him off that high ground. Immortal just played it too well.
You are correct, Archie. Completely correct there. Looks like the teams have switched sides. We're going to see USC giving their all with this push, and Colorado giving their all with this defense. They are holding that high ground. Atomic Spoon on that Junkrat again. And
Immortal's on the Doomfist. He sends Atomic Spoon flying. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, wait, no, nope.
It was cool, though.
Too far in. Not enough team. Nemesis on the Bastion. They're playing that payload composition. Nemesis getting pulled off a little bit. Still firing away, though. Still doing everything he can. Kohapu focusing Nemesis down.
Yeah, he will fall down, and now there's just 3 tanks with no president to shield. I also kind of want to see USC back off and regroup. Tanks brawling as best they can. Solid ghost, solid healing, but solidly in the respawn room now. Immortal wants to group back with his team. Doesn't need to hand over any more ultimate charge. So do you believe we'll see USC attempt? No, they have switched off the Bastion. No more of that silliness.
Widowmaker now, 65 HP though. Not really able to find anything. Really in a bad position there. Rissa was kind of looking at her, focusing her there. Looking for Q-Smith there as Soldier. Kaden taking out Atomic Spoon's Riptire with a Fire Strike.
I do believe that's the second one we have on record for him there. Dry Gas trying to help out, but Q-Smith falls down too quickly. You cannot out-heal death, at least when you resurrects on cooldown, which it was, because he just used it.
It definitely was. Atomic Spoon falling really low. Drygrass is doing a really good job saving Atomic Spoon there. Unfortunately, Atomic Spoon getting punched really hard.
Drygrass is bringing out a lot of healing for his team, but there's just not enough people to heal. Ooh. We see a lot of damage boosts coming out here. That is the Valkyrie and the Bongo combined to create an unbearable brunt of damage onto USC. I love that combo. It seems a little cheesy in retrospect, but when your damage is boosted that much, who cares? If you hit one of your shots, if anyone shoots anything, it dies.
Yeah, that Supercharger and the Mercy, and the Mercy damage boost is really effective. It does cap out, I believe, at 65%, but 65% extra damage, pretty crazy.
It's pretty awesome. Now Atomic Spoon jumping up there, throwing the mine. Good little bit of spam damage. Catches out the Moira.
Great job.
This is the Atomic Spoon that Colorado needs, and he's showing up big. Caden has the Zarya barrier, but that won't save him from this tack visor.
Oh.
Well, that wasn't what he needed saving from. Q-Smith tries to clean up. Immortal puts him down, but he's running out of teammates. Needs to make the hero play here. Just kidding, Dingpai did it.
Dingpai lasering away. Robots are not immune to lasers. Little did you know.
Wow, I had no idea. I thought they were completely impenetrable. Now, this is one of the things that's really strong about USC's composition here. The extended fight is often going to be in their favor because of the Zarya. They get the charge, they get the black hole into the Kamehameha wave, and USC get a pretty good fight off the result. Doesn't get the Queen team like they would have wanted.
Ooh, Atomic Spoon. Great rip tire there. Oh, unfortunately, Kohapu not able to get on point quite fast enough, and they're going to hit that checkpoint.
The rip tire was cool, though.
The rip tire was good.
Atomic Spoon's rip tires are absolutely insane. Dingpai on the Mei, showing up. Definitely one of the highlights of that match is Nano Boosted, fighting in the Blizzard. I remember this. We rode along for that one. Love that play. Nemesis kind of steals a little kill credit there, but Dingpai earning that play of the game, I believe, was a huge player for USC throughout.
USA did a really good job there. I really love USC's play throughout really this entire match. USC did a really good job against Colorado. Colorado, again, being one of the top teams. Now, unfortunately, falling 2-2. But USC did have a very good team there. We saw Immortal coming in with, I mean, honestly, fantastic play. He definitely the player of this match. You know, definitely the highlight player. And you know, what are your thoughts?
I mean, like, Immortal might just be my favorite player in the PACG right now. He brought out my favorite hero, did amazing work with it. Really cool stuff. Didn't always pan out. We saw some less than perfect moments, but that was probably the highest level of Doomfist play that I have watched for an extended period of time. And to be honest, I don't know. I feel we kind of got into the habit of, we were used to talking about Colorado from the last game, so we had a little momentum going there. I'm not sure we necessarily gave some of the USC players all the credit they deserved. A lot of players were very strong. Team game, after all. It's easy to talk about Immortal flying around on the Doomfist, making the insane plays, but he's able to do that, was able to do that across these maps, which we'll be bringing up here shortly, because his team was behind him. They kept him alive. They kept him healed. So, wonderful support structure, supporting some wonderful carry plays.
And here we see these map scores. We see Eichenwald going 3-0 for USC, Hanamura going 1-0 for USC as well, and then Li Zhang going 2-1 for Colorado, and eventually the last map going 2-1 for USC. Sorry, all those games going to USC. I think I mentioned Li Zhang went to Colorado on accident, but very good games. Honestly, Colorado did a very good job on every single map there. They at least got at 1 point for all of them, and it was really nice to see that. I really appreciate Colorado's dedication to pushing through all of these matches. You know, having this doubleheader here can be fairly difficult. We're also going to see USC coming in with a doubleheader as well. As we go ahead and look into today's matches, we're going to go ahead and look at just a quick overview.
Let's see what else we have in store for us. Right, yes, USC. You just told me. You just said it. So, USC versus Oregon. 1-0 versus 0-1. That is not updated with USC. USC now 2-0 against 0-1. Now, I've been wrong before. 2-1. Bigger than 1. Or at least that's what I thought. But apparently that was wrong. So, who knows? But, USC, that's going to be it against Oregon. Last match of the day. I'm pretty excited. Have anything you want to say before we take a quick break here, Xander?
I want to see Oregon pull up with this game. I really do. Last week, they had a little bit of a hard time. This week, I know they can pull off. I have high hopes for Oregon on this next match. However, we're not going to get to this next match quite yet. Go ahead, grab a drink, go to the bathroom. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Say